Is this thing on? Oh my god. My backs look horrible. Oh, okay. We're gonna put this. You're gonna go over here, girl. Okay. Welcome to, I'm gonna assume, like, my first video. I highly doubt anyone has seen my other videos back in the, back in the good old days. I was a professional, honey. So I'm just gonna assume that everyone's new. That's even if people watch this. Honestly, I'm not doing this for any type of views or clout. Like, I'm just doing this because, girl, I'm bored. I'm bored and I just want to talk about things. I just feel like it'd be so cool to just talk about things, and I don't have access to, like, first off, I don't have the platform or the access to create a podcast, so why not just make videos, and whoever watches it, and whoever doesn't. So it's never a loss, it's always a win. But today I want to talk about that feeling and sensation of, like, you just feel like nothing is going your way. And you feel like it just is not your friend, the universe, and you just don't know what's going on, and you just feel like you can take 5 steps forward, but you're always going to take like 4 steps back. Hence why I look like a little, what are the things from Star Wars? Those are the Ewoks. I look like a little Ewok right now because I'm sad. Like, why not be sad? Why not be sad? I dress the part. If you're going to be sad, commit. I think a lot of people don't want to commit. They want to hide it, and hiding it is not good. I'm learning that the hard way. Hiding being sad is not good. Hiding being sad results in you being sadder. So just acknowledge it and play the part. Duh. But anyways, yes. As many times as you feel like you walk 5 steps forward and you take 3 steps back because you just can't win. Or that's how I feel. Or I feel like I personally am the boat where, like, I feel like I can be so strong and so determined and so independent, and then there's other aspects of my life where I just feel like I'm not strong and independent, and it sucks because it's an awakening moment where you realize you're not a well-rounded person and that you're not great at everything, which is hard because a vulnerable moment. I don't like to, but my natural instinct is I wear a mask. People only see me as this happy, bubbly, funny person. But the reality is I'm human too, and I have my moments. But I can't present that to the world. And why? Is because I feel like I'm on a pedestal of a platform, right? And not in a social media or famous way. It's more like I'm on a pedestal and platform for the people that are in my life. I have to be happy 24/7. I have to be powerful 24/7. And not powerful in a negative connotation. Powerful in the sense of strong and independent and being able to present myself to the world and not giving off this. It's really sad because the world deems it as weak. So I'm not trying. My natural instinct is that I've always had to do that. I have to be the happy, funny, great, cool person. The issue that I'm learning with this comes with, and this is the number one thing that I am learning right now, that I am having such a big problem with. Everybody who comes into my life wants to be my friend. You might be thinking, how is that a bad thing? Maybe you're in the boat where you don't experience that, and that's 100% valid if you feel that way or you experience that. And it's there are pros to cons to both sides. There's pros to the side of people. There's pros and cons, like I said. As somebody who's an extrovert, I have my pros and cons. As someone who's an introvert, they're going to have their pros and cons. All I know is that personally, I've reached the point where everybody wants to be my friend. And it just sucks because when I engage in situations that I don't want that, right? Say I want something more. Say I want a little love story, you know? Here's the thing, we started off friends. It was cool, but it was all pretend. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. That kind of song has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Anyways, let me rephrase all this. Everybody wants to be my friend, which you might be thinking, that doesn't sound like a bad thing. You know, I want friends, or this, that, and the third. And everyone's different. I think everyone has their own ways of thinking of the things that people might deem as such a great quality, and the user itself deems it not. And I think that's okay. So yes, I'm currently 24 and exploring this whole thing and realizing that everybody wants to be my friend. But what do I want? You know? What if I want to pursue more, and then I have to now suppress that and now be a friend and not be able to explore, especially when you get so knee deep into something and then you like give it your all. Like if you're the type of person that I am, you give your all, and then it gets to the point where it's like, let's be like, I want to be friends, and people don't want to ruin things because they don't want to be, because they don't want to ruin anything. They just want to be friends because they realize how such of an amazing, great person you are, and how people like that have these tendencies are very giving and loyal. And then instead of doing the other things or whatever comes with it, they realize that, oh, this is somebody that I want to have for the rest of my life in my life. That's great. But what happens when like you as the person get so in deep that you don't know how to transition from being friends to being the friend from the other thing, right? Does that make sense? Like, and kudos to the people who can do it. I'm very jealous. Like, props to you. But I am just such a like, it's such a work in progress. And like I said, it feels like you go 5 steps forward and then you go 4 steps back, and it just never is what you want it to be. And it's just hard because I'm scared of like things going down the path where like if it is friends or family and you're just scared because you're like gonna burn a bridge, but then if you're like impulsive like me, you keep on, you know, pushing. I'm a Scorpio, so like my stinger is just stinging because my stinger is trying to get the goal, and unfortunately it's really sad because my stinger and non-consciously I'm trying to get the answer that I want to hear. Or I'm trying to get a clear-cut answer because then in that way I know how to pre-plan and I know how to save myself in case I feel some type of way, or I feel like this isn't, you know, what's the purpose? I constantly ask myself, what's the purpose? I have somebody who keeps on telling me that, what's the purpose? What's the purpose? They keep on saying that to me in a joking way because I keep on saying it. But the reality is I feel like it's valid. Like, what is the purpose, you know? What is the purpose of being strung along? What is the purpose of wasting your time in a work atmosphere that's not going to give anything back for you? What is the purpose of a lot of things, you know? I think asking the question of what the purpose is, and the hard part is when you ask that question to specific groups of individuals, whether it be in a work atmosphere or romantic atmosphere or family atmospheres, things of that nature, and they can't give you the answer. But the reality is we don't know what the purpose is. Something I thought about throughout this whole process is that the universe works wonders. And we constantly are looking for what the purpose is in things, which this is probably going to contradict what I literally just said in terms of like, why can't we ask what the purpose is? But the reality is that in terms of a universe standpoint, we don't know what the purpose is. And we continue to look for that purpose throughout the universe in things and situations in our life. But the reality is we'll never, ever, ever really know what the purpose is, because by the time we figure out what that purpose is, it has already become an afterthought. And you've moved on to the next thing that you're questioning. What is the purpose? I rambled. I vent. I ramble a lot. So, again, if you stumble across this video, please feel free to like, subscribe, and comment, and follow me for more journeys. Maybe if I really get into this, like, I can really start vlogging, you know? We can become the new squad, except there's only one of me. Well, and a plant. So if you would like to follow us on our journey as we continue this through an emotional roller coaster and figuring stuff out, like, subscribe, and comment. Also, I have a lot of tattoos. You can't see them right now, but that's because I'm covered. So if you would like to see them, make me happy, and maybe we can, like, you know, you can see me in my normal wear, not my sad, oh my god, not my sad girl era wear, because right now, I'm gonna pause this camera, I'm gonna go listen to Lana Del Rey music and cry a little bit, because why not? You know, life is short. Why not sit there and cry to Lana? Sometimes you have to remind yourself, why am I going to sit here and be sad over something that doesn't, you know, that the situation might not be beneficial to you? Why am I going to be sad like that? You know, I don't know if you guys watch HRH, and I'm not going to sit here and, like, say that everyone got their own, you know, their own flaws. But I'll say this, that girl speaks the truth sometimes on, like, feelings and how you should be. Like, as erratic as she sounds sometimes, I'm not going to lie, like, reality is, why are you going to be sad over certain things? Like, it's the way she puts it. Like, why are you going to be sad? I digress. Okay. This is great. XOXO. And, Gossip Girl. Mwah. No bars. How do you end this? How do I do this? Where the fuck is the button?